Hey guys. So here's the big release. So I ended up making 18 of these cards, but here are the components. This is my little paint palette, and I cut out 10 different colors of that palette because I have to have enough dots to fill up 18 palettes. So there's all the little dots. So it's a very tedious project when you only have one die. So I had to do it 18 times. And then I ended up doing it again to put a cover over so you wouldn't see the dots laying in the tray. And this is holographic paper that I used for the top. So it was really, really shiny. Super pretty. I love that paper. So then I ended up using paint skins to cut out little mini paintings. And then I used, I did have to cut them down because I didn't have a small enough frame. And I used this as a frame and cut out like wood paper so it looks like a wooden frame. They're really cute. These are my envelopes. There's 3 pieces on this. The white part there that I cut out. And then the front of the envelope and then the back. And I did stamp it with a little I miss you. Because these are all going to the girls that I spent a week with at the beach last year. And we're not doing a beach retreat this year, so I miss them. And some glasses. That's my little signature. My little black glasses. And also, I have a couple of dudes that got these cards too. Nate and Brian. My scissors I cut with silver foil, and then on the handles, I cut those out with turquoise paper. And they're really super cute too. They're so tiny. Everything's so tiny. This is very tedious. Gluing all this stuff together too was crazy. I glue on my fingers for days. But that's what the paint palette looks like. And then on the center, I put this little dot in, and then I rubbed it with my stylus pen to make it look grainy. Because I didn't want it just plain silver. And the paintbrushes. I had to cut 2 of these to make them thick enough. And then I had to cut the brush part with black, and then the top of the paintbrush with silver. So it looks like a little paintbrush. It's cute. And then the hands, and I doubled these up because I wanted them thicker. And try to find flesh colored paper in my stash of paper. I had so many different tones, so I went with this one. And I even painted the fingernails. Because I paint my fingernails now. I have time. I'm not getting paint all over my hands now, so I don't mind painting my fingernails. So here's all the components, and I used this wood grain background. I really liked it. It looks like paneling. So here's how I glue them all on. I was trying to decide where I wanted to place everything. I did get inspired by a card that I saw. I think it was on Temu, and I ordered all the dies to make this card. And I bought some extra dies to do a few different kinds, but I ended up with this one. So I did get some inspiration from the card that I saw. I added the painting and the paintbrush. That was what I did different. Cute little palettes. Paint palettes. Not that we, paint like that, but it was a cute little ad to put on there. I needed something bigger. So if you remember back in 2018, 19, when Ellen and I used to do lives every Monday night, we used to pull the runoff and put it on photo paper. Well, I still have all those. And that's what I cut out for these little paintings. They're just so super cute. And I didn't even put a dent in my box. So you figure if I pulled 18 out of there, I have 2 boxes full. But picking out ones that look like little paintings was hard. Because it's hard to find a small enough gathering of cells or designs, to put on there. I have tweezers, but I didn't use them. But I also glued everything differently on the rest of the cards. You'll see me struggle with the hands here in a minute. But I figured out an easier way. And I always watch Netflix movies or, series while I'm doing these cards. So I can keep my mind scattered, I guess is what I want to say. Because you'd lose your mind if you were just doing this and talking. I should do this on a video sometime and just talk through the whole thing as I'm doing it. Maybe do it as a live. Oh, that would be terrible. My dogs would be barking in the background. It's so hard to film now. So I have to do voiceovers, which is okay. Once they get into a routine and learn what they can do and what they can't do, it'll get better. But the puppies like to bark. Alright, now the painting. I didn't want it centered. I wanted it down farther, so I probably will have to cut some of the arms off on the hands there. And that's fine. They look kind of long anyways, and I'm like, should I put a bracelet on there? I was gonna kill myself making these cards, wasn't I? It was bad enough. I think I'm on day 5 here or day 6 making these. Each day I would do a component. Those paintbrushes took me a day and a half. But I mean, I'm not sitting in here 8 hours a day either. I'm only in here for an hour or so, working on cards. But otherwise I'm outside with the puppies or, doing my laundry or whatever. But I really need to get out to the paint studio and clean that out because we need to start filming some paintings and some functional art. And I have lots of new things I want to play with out there, so that I haven't touched yet. But we'll get back to it, I promise. I promise I will be painting again. But I figured I'm using paint skins in here, so, if you make cards or you don't make cards, look at the different ways that you can use paint skins. Or, if something happens and you can't paint, you can find another creative outlet, and this is what I did. I can't just sit here. I did mix paint for a couple of months after I had my heart attack. It was hard. I mean, there was days when I could only do one batch, and Ellen had to help me jar it because I was so worn out. But I'm getting better now. I mean, yes, I get out of breath really easy, but that's not heart related. That is my COPD, and of course, having the heart attack made it worse. So my other doctor, my regular doctor, and I are trying to find a breathing inhaler for me that I can afford because the Farxiga kills me enough with the cost, and the breathing inhaler is almost $500 so a month. So we're gonna be working on that. We're trying. I'm gonna center this. Don't worry, it's crooked right now, but I'll fix it. And the one hand is a little higher, and that's okay because you don't want it perfect. It's handmade, right? But I think all the other ones, they were all even because I glued the thumbs onto the painting first on the other ones and then glued them onto the card. So it made it a lot easier. So here it is, all put together. So cute. I really am excited to mail these out to my girls because I want them to see what I've been doing. So I'm just using 110-pound cardstock. And look, love you, mean it. When I found that stamp, I bought 3 of them because they were on clearance. And I bought 3 of them because I thought, you know, I say it all the time, love you, mean it. So I'm sure they'll appreciate it. And they will know that card is from me as soon as they see that. It all started the first year at the beach when I had everybody helping me set stuff up. And I'm like, I love you. And they're like, oh, yeah, you just throw that word around like it's nothing. And I'm like, I mean it. So now I just say, love you, mean it. But I really do love my peeps. And Brian and Nate and Alan and Jimmy. Shelly's husband Jimmy is always a big help to us. How cute, guys, huh? I hope they enjoy these cards as much as I did making them. So there was my endeavor there, my 18 cards. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And I'll see you next week. Oh, here I'm going to show you all the pieces I have to put together. Oh, my goodness. All the little paintings and envelopes. It was so much fun. And I did shoot a little video of them all piled up on my desk, so stay tuned. It's on this video. Here's the stack. So many cards. So many little paintings. How fun. But I love my peeps, and they deserve this from me. I'll see you next week. Bye now.